Hello you guys, welcome back to Marcella's Way. So as you saw from the title, today is going to be a video on how to make your own merch using sublimation. Now I know this is a different setting than usual, but I'm with my little guy and we have to take a trip to the airport to drop off this rental car. So I wanted to do a different intro to get you guys away from the blue wall. And at the end of this video, if you stay tuned, I'll have some vlog footage of my trip today. After this intro will be how to do your own merch using sublimation. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to determine what style of printing you're going to do. So for me, because my MW clothing logo has a whole lot of colors in it and I want that to pop, I have decided that my print style is going to be sublimation. I'm going to go ahead and flip this horizontally because I'm going to be sublimating it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I am going to print this out. I'm using my Epson 7710, and then I'm going to show you everything that I'm doing from there. So you guys stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and load in my paper. All right, you guys, so we have printed out our design already. I have also printed out some neck tags and some sleeve tags. To be honest with you, if you wanted to, you could put the size, you could put where it's made from, and yeah, but this is just basic. I'm just putting this in the neck and I'm putting this on the sleeve. I'm going to cut those out and then we're going to go ahead and press neck first. So let's get to it. You want to make sure that you have a shirt, and you want to make sure that you're able to disconnect the tag. Use any type of shirt that you can take the existing tag off. If you're going to do this using sublimation, you want to make sure that your polyester count is as high as you can get it. So this is 95% polyester, 5% spandex. So this should press pretty well. You want to make sure that your temperature is set on between 385 and 400. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little piece of butcher paper that I have cut out and I'm going to stick it underneath the shirt. Okay, now as you guys see, I have the shirt on the plate. I have flipped it inside out, and then I have the neckline exposed up. Okay, all right, so that way I can be able to get a close press on this. I am going to take the label and tack it down. The whole point of having the butcher paper underneath is sublimation ink will bleed through the other side of the shirt, and you want your work as clean as you can get it, so the butcher paper will protect your mat and it will also protect the shirt on the other side. Now I'm going to take some heat resistant tape. Okay, so I'm going to take it and I'm going to make sure that I align it properly. Then I'm going to stick this tape. I'm going to stick it down as good as I can because I don't want it to lift and I don't want any ghosting. All right, this is an odd way to tape, but here it is nonetheless. Okay, so I got this down. Now what I'm going to do is I have another piece of butcher paper that I'm going to stick on top of this. Okay, I want to make sure that my okay, so that is, the neck label is pressed. I'm going to go ahead and pull that piece of butcher paper out. Okay, here I'm going to stick this piece of butcher paper up underneath the sleeve right here. I'm going to take the label, put it down. Now I'm I'm gonna really tape this down good because it's on this odd spot and I don't want it to have any uneven spots. So I'm gonna make sure that I tape it down as good as I can. Tape it down on all sides so it's down good. Everything is even. Make sure this piece of butcher paper is in the right spot. And then I'm gonna take the other piece of butcher paper. Make sure you always check it to make sure there's no like ghosting on the butcher paper, which is not. If it is, make sure you use another sheet. All right, and I'm gonna press. Okay, so I'm going to peel this off. All right, so I got that pressed on the sleeve. So now is the time for the main attraction. So once everything is up there evenly, I'm gonna take this piece of butcher paper. It came off a roll, so I'm gonna fold it in half. I'm gonna stick it inside of the shirt. Now the point is you want to cover where the image is going to be, okay? Okay, so you can basically see it in the shirt. So I want to cover the spot. I want to cover the spot where the design is going to be. Can you see that? That's the whole concept. I want to cover the spot underneath the shirt where the design is going to be, because I don't want the ink to bleed through the other side. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all, I just burnt my finger on this thing, so be careful. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that my image is 4 fingers down. Now I noticed something. A lot of the times when people will tell you the proper placement for a shirt, they will tell you 3 fingers down. But a lot of times you'll notice that when a person says 3 fingers down, usually they're a man. And men naturally have bigger hands than women. So if you are a woman and you are doing this and you have small hands, do 4 fingers down, okay? Because 3 fingers, if you look, 3 fingers on my hand is not that much, all right? So 4 fingers is actually gonna be about the equivalent of a man's 3 fingers. Now you want to make sure that the top of your image, not the top of the paper, but the top of your actual image is 4 fingers down. Okay. And then as you see, this shirt is a V-neck, so it's going to be easy for me to center it because you're going to line the center of your image up with the center of the V-neck. Be careful with this heat press because its temperature is high. So I have this down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another piece of butcher paper, and I noticed something. I noticed that my paper is not in alignment with the actual image itself. So make sure that that's the case, that the paper is directly under the image. Okay, so now I'm going to take my butcher paper, put on the top, make sure everything is flat, and then I'm going to press for 45 seconds. Okay, so that's pressed. And when I told you guys to be careful, look, as you see, the image has transferred over to the butcher paper. So imagine if you took this same piece of paper and you used it on another shirt, and this ink that has transferred onto this butcher paper is now on your other shirt. So make sure you be careful about that part. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off. And as you see here, this is, I'm gonna pull this piece of butcher paper out of here. Guys, so I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys got the gist of the basics on if you're sublimating a t-shirt for your merch. So that's the basics as far as technique is concerned. Make sure that you have a decent quality t-shirt and make sure that your packaging is good, and there you go. It's that simple. So thank you guys for coming back to Marcella's Way, and as usual, I have a my way so I can inspire you guys to have it your way.